You are welcome to Literature Hub 247. This is a literature channel where the arts and science of literature are discussed. My name is Folahan Oyelekun. This video is a tutorial on a poem. It's one of the poems recommended by WAEC and NECO titled The Journey of the Magi. The Journey of the Magi. In this video, we shall be discussing WAEC 2022 question according to the guidelines set out by WAEC. That means we are following the guidelines set out by WAEC in answering this question. That is question 12. The question says, discuss the theme of regret in the journey of the Magi. Discuss the theme of regret in the journey of the Magi. Note, in answering this question, candidates are expected to 1. Relate the question to the themes of the poem. 2. Identify the Magi. 3. Write about the experiences of the Magi on the way. 4. Cite instances of regret on the Magi on the way. 5. Write on the assessment of the journey by the Magi. So these are the guidelines that we are going to follow in answering this question. Let's move on. Solutions. So we shall be following the guidelines one after the other. One of the themes of the poem is, let me take that one again. One of the themes of the poem is salvation. The Magi embark on the journey for spiritual fulfillment. The poem is biblical and presents the 3 wise men that visited baby Jesus as Magi. So we have related the question to the theme of the poem. Like the 3 wise men in the Bible, the Magi also face challenges on the way. We have to identify, relate the question, we have related it, we identified the Magi, we have identified them, and also the 3rd guideline, write about the experience of the Magi on the way. That's what we are going to do now. The poem is divided into 3 phases. The first phase discusses the journey of the 3 wise men rise from their homes and the difficulties they faced in the first part of the journey. The second phase gives them hope as they reach a more comfortable environment. The last part is about their destination. That's where they are going. The first stanza opens with a description of the weather of the period the 3 wise men embark on the journey. That is, it describes the weather of that period. This tells us that the weather of the period was harsh. Let's now quote from the poem to corroborate what we are saying here. Quote, a good coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year, for a journey and such a long journey. The way is deep and the weather sharp, unquote. So that quotation describes the weather of that period. The period is during the dry harmattan season that they embark on the long journey that takes them traveling through the desert. That the heat of the sand of the desert disturbed the camel the men are traveling on. During that time they normally travel on animals like horse, camels. The way is deep and the weather sharp. The very dead of winter and the camels go soft-footed, refractory, quote unquote. Let's quote it from the poem. They also share their experiences on the way. They sleep under the melting snow and other inconveniences that make them regret ever embarking on the journey. This showing why they regret. It's showing their regret on the journey. The beautiful girls that come to them with sweet smiles to lure them, seeking girls, quote unquote, make them remember home and their lovely and beautiful wives at home. So this also makes them regret the journey when they are remembering their wives at home because of the girls they are seeing. Quote, lie there in the melting snow. There were times we regretted the summer palaces on slopes, the terraces, and the seeking girls bringing sherbet, quote unquote. The camel men that guide them on the way also complain that they miss their women and drinks, which at times they run away. Then the camel men cursing and grumbling, this is quoted from the poem, and running away and wanting their liquor and women. unquote. The men also expressed the unfriendly attitudes of the people they met on the way. They charged an exorbitant amount for the accommodation, despite the filthy environment. They then choose to travel all night with little or no sleep at all. Now let's go from the poem. And the night fires going out, and the lack of shelters, and the city hostile, and the towns unfriendly, and the village dirty, and charging high prices. A hard time we had of it. At the end, we prefer travel all night, sleeping in snatches. Quote. So they decide to be sleeping for maybe about 2, 3, 5 minutes, and they continue on the journey. When those people are charging exorbitant prices, a discouraging voice always tells them that nothing is going to be achieved on the journey. That is, it is just a foolish adventure. This makes them regret embarking on the journey. So no, something is telling them that it's just a futile journey. So this voice is trying to discourage them. So all this makes them make them regret the journey. Quote, with the voices singing in our ears, saying, this was what a folly, unquote. In the second phase, the men are now in a more conducive environment compared with the previous places. The environment is wet, smelling of vegetation with a running stream. A place of eating and drinking is seen here. Now let's go from the poem again. Then at dawn, we came down to a temperate alley, wet below the snow line, smelling of vegetation, with a running stream and a water mill between the darkness. Unquote. This tells them that they are closer to their destination. So they are in a more friendly environment now. Quote, and 3 trees on the low sky and an old white horse gallop away in the meadow, unquote. The 3 trees, quote unquote, is the cross of Jesus Christ, and the old white horse, quote unquote, is referring to the donkey Jesus Christ rode to enter Jerusalem. You know, this tells us that this poem is purely biblical. Also, quote, 6 armed at an open door, dicing for pieces of silver, unquote. This refers to the casting of lots for the sharing of Jesus Christ's garment and Judas' betrayal of Jesus Christ for 30 pieces of silver. So, they continue on their journey. Since they have not reached where they are going, nothing tells them that they are there already. They reach there in the evening, but the place is not so satisfactory to them. Jesus Christ was born in a manger. You know, that place, the environment where they found Jesus Christ was not satisfactory because he was born in a manger. Quote, but there was no information, and so we continue, and arrived at evening, not a moment too soon. Finding the place, it was, you may say, satisfactory. That means that the place is not they are not satisfied with the environment of that place. The men recount the agonies they passed through before they reached the place, and say that despite the experiences, they will wish to do it again. They refer to it as birth and death. Death is the bad experience they have on the way, while birth is the birth of Jesus Christ. They also compare birth to death because of the bitter experiences they have before witnessing the birth. Birth or death, there was a birth. Certainly, we had evidence and no doubt. I seen birth and death, but I thought they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. Unquote. So that's area is quoted from the poem. The last part of the poem discusses the return of the men to their places after the rebirth. They are no longer comfortable living with their people because they are no longer used to the old religions that have been practiced by their people. They conclude that they will be happy to embark on another journey of salvation. So let's check the guidelines again. We related the questions of the team. We've identified the Magi. We read about the experiences of the Magi on the way. We have done that. Cite instances of regret of the Magi on the way. That is what made them to regret the journey. We read on the assessment. That was the last part of the poem. That where they said that they would love, they would like to embark on such a journey again, despite the every experiences they had on the way. So these are the guidelines we need to follow. So this is spelled out in one of my videos. So go and watch it if you have not watched it. The video is titled How to Answer Literature English Questions in WAEC and NECO. In that video, I explain the new dimension, the new guidelines just released by WAEC in answering literature English questions. So go and watch it. If you need the link to that video, just send a message to me through the message box. Then I'll send you the link to how to answer literature English questions in WAEC and NECO, and I will do that. And also, if you are new on this channel, try and subscribe by click on the subscribe button so that you have access to all my videos, the one I've produced and the ones that I have not produced. The moment I produce them, you'll be notified. You can also invite your friends to join us on this channel. You are free to share my videos on any social media platform. And also, if you have any clarification or any question on literature in English, just send it to the message box and I will respond to you. Thank you and God bless, and I wish you success.